We have breaking news out of Los Angeles. Singer and TikTok star David has been arrested in the murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And I can say a lot of us have been waiting for this. We've been waiting for someone to be held accountable. Let's see. The remains of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who disappeared in the Lake Elsinore area in 2024, were found in the front storage area of an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer and TikTok star David. David performs at Gobi Tent during the 2025 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival on April 20th, 2025 in Indio, California. What to know? Singer David is suspected in the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas, who was reported missing in the spring of 2025. The Lake Elsinore girl's decomposed body was found September 8th in the front trunk of a Tesla impounded at the Los Angeles Tow. Yard. The car was impounded after someone reported it abandoned in the Hollywood Hills, where neighbors say it had been parked for more than a month. They were found a day after what would have been Celeste's 15th birthday. The Romantic Homicide Singers World Tour was in Minneapolis at the time of the discovery, with a stop in Kansas City the next day. The singer-songwriter known as David was arrested Thursday in the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the teenager last seen alive a year ago, whose decomposed remains were found in trunk of the singer's abandoned Tesla. Multiple law enforcement sources told NBC4 investigates. The development in the months-long investigation comes after David, a 21-year-old TikTok star whose legal name is David Burke, was identified by authorities in November as a suspect in connection with the death of 14-year-old Southern California girl. The teen's remains were discovered in September 2025 inside the front storage area of the Tesla, which was registered to David, that was impounded after it had been parked for an extended period in a Hollywood Hills neighborhood not far from a rental property where Burke had been living. Detectives from Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division have arrested David Burke, a 21-year-old resident of Los Angeles, for the murder of Celeste Rivas, the LAPD announced on social media. Burke was being held without bail as of Thursday. And that's today. The case will be presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office on Monday for filing consideration, the LAPD added. Police said Celeste's death likely occurred in the spring of last year. Celeste, who disappeared in the Lake Elsinore area in 2024, was identified through forensics. She was last seen April 5th, 2024 in the western Riverside County community. Details of the circumstances surrounding her disappearance at the age of 13 were not immediately available. Celeste's brother told NBCLA last year that family members who still lived in Lake Elsinore were aware that the girl knew David. Her decomposed body was found September 8th after workers at Hollywood Tow reported a strong odor coming from the Tesla registered to the singer. Officers opened the front trunk, also known as a frunk, and found the remains in 2 cadaver bags, according to LA County grand jury documents made public following a hearing in Texas court. The grand jury documents, including subpoenas for the testimony of Burke's mother, father, and brother, said Celeste's remains were not intact. They were found a day after what would have been Celeste's 15th birthday. The Tesla was impounded by the LA parking enforcement officers after someone reported it was abandoned in the Hollywood Hills, where neighbors say it had been parked for more than a month. The Romantic Homicide Singers World Tour was in Minneapolis at the time of the discovery, with a stop in Kansas City the next day. A representative told NBCLA at the time that David was cooperating with authorities in their investigation. In November, an LAPD source with direct knowledge of the investigation told NBC4 Investigates that the Houston-raised artist has not been cooperative in the investigation. In February, Burke's parents and brother, who live in Texas, asked a judge to block LA grand jury subpoenas for their testimony, and the court there filed the grand jury documents in an open court file. The judge there declined to intervene, and it appeared the family members were compelled to come to Los Angeles and appear before the grand jury in February or March, but prosecutors declined to discuss what happened, citing the secrecy of grand jury proceedings prior to an indictment. David had not previously been publicly identified as a subject in the teen's death, but law enforcement sources told NBC4 Investigates months prior that he was the focus of the investigation. Law enforcement sources also told NBC4 Investigates that more than one person may have been involved in Celeste's death and the attempted disposal of her body. Citing the ongoing investigation, the LA County Department of Medical Examiner removed public information about the case last November, which indicated at the time that Celeste's cause of death was still undetermined. David is a singer-songwriter who rose to fame with viral hits on TikTok, where he has 3.8 million followers. That success led to signings with Darkroom and Interscope Records. Born in Queens, New York, Burke moved to Texas in his early teens and gained a following on YouTube, playing Fortnite and other online games. He started creating original music, some of which went viral on TikTok. David released his debut album, Withered, in April 2025 and embarked on a world tour. In an interview on the Zach Sang Show, David said the 4 substituted for the A in his name was for search engine optimization and a representation of 4 cinematic universities with various characters that he was creating. And that's all I have for you today, but I did want to get everyone updated because this is some big news. And this is my first recording, so that's it. Thank you.